Hello Internet, my name is Emo Slur and welcome to another unscripted commentary where I rant on inanely like a crazy person. And today I'd like to talk about internet politics and my thoughts on them. Whether you're interested in the topic or not, it's impossible that you haven't encountered politics on your time on the internet. Like a cancer, it has infested every part of the web. Whether you're trying to watch anime or porn, you can't escape it. It's ever present. And as a gentleman and an intellectual, I have been tuned in with this kind of online culture for a pretty long time. Personally, I started in 2020. It was all when the George Floyd riot started. I remember when I learned about it, and then I started going down the pipeline of increasingly autistic internet rants about the subject. Although politics have always been present in my life, and I remember my grandma really liked politics, and she always watched Fox News, and I'd always sometimes see political things, and when I was a kid, I never really had any solid opinions or was really tuned in to the matter of politics when I was a little kid because I was like fucking 9 years old. The modern culture of internet politics started all the way back in 2014 with the rise of Gamergate.
What the fuck is Gamergate?
Gamergate started as a response to video game journalism.
Video game journalism?
Originally, what sparked the controversy was a woman known as Brianna Wu, who made a very bad video game, I think, and then it got praised by journalists because she fucked them all or something. And then chuds on the internet got mad about it or something. Dude, imagine being Brianna Wu and knowing that you being a whore caused the rise of fascism in America. The online backlash towards journalists' preferential treatment of left-wing progressive views led to an flood of right-wing commentary on the matter, making fun of the SJWs. And this extended far beyond video games and towards basically all forms of progressive left-wing kinds of thought, making fun of les feminists and les homosexuels, but it was mostly feminists. This would itself also lead to the rise of the alt-right, which is really a rabbit hole on itself. And this would itself lead to the rise of BreadTube, which was a left-wing counter-response to the anti-SJWs and the alt-right. And that basically laid down the foundation work to the modern mental illness, which is the political internet. Yeah, I'll probably make another video about all of what I just mentioned because it really deserves to be looked through more in depth than what I already have. But really, that's just my simple history of the matter without actually researching it. With that all being said, you have to ask yourself, why is this community dedicated to what you would think is a very intellectual discussion filled to the brim with people who can be best described as single-celled organisms? You don't have to look very hard to see some of the worst takes on any issue you've ever seen, and it makes you wonder, why? Why are people who like politics really, really, really fucking stupid? Well, I had this realization a little while ago. A little while ago, there was an artist who was like this, Antifa edgelord kind of artist, and they made this meme of it's like the reverse of the homophobic dog. It's like the heterophobic cat. That's not information you needed to know, but they make this very edgy art, like their epic furry dragon OC eating a barrel of aborted fetuses or whatever, things like that. And I saw they had one piece of art of their edgy Antifa super soldier furry dragon OC holding a gun up to an evil neo-Nazi, right? And I had this realization, all right? I was red-pilled. In other words, I was enlightened to the true state of how these people think and why this is such a cesspit of human intellect. I had a realization that applies to all of political thought that you see throughout Twitter, is that it's all really just an excuse in order to make yourself feel better than other people. On the political internet, everybody on the other side of the political aisle is evil and wrong. People who refuse to take a side are considered to be weak, and, well, really a lot of the time they're just considered to be the other side as well. And people who don't have extreme views as you are considered to be stupid or just as bad as the other side. And people who have more extreme views than you are also bad. So basically, everyone who disagrees with you is stupid and wrong and also evil. And again, when you look at it, it's really obvious that, they're just trying to reaffirm their own sense of self through demonizing other people, because really, every ideology does this. Of course, you have the obvious ones. You have, your Nazis who demonize a Jew and a black person. Of course, you have conservatives who blame all of the world's issues on the woke libtard or whatever. But the thing is, the left is not safe from this at all, because they really engage in the exact same behavior. You have your more extreme leftists who blame all of the world's issues on the capitalists. Really not even the system of capitalism, but the capitalists themselves. They say, well, the reason why my political ideology didn't work was because of some international conspiracy by the capitalists. Jews, because they didn't want my political ideology to succeed, or something. They blame literally all of the world's issues to capitalism, and they really relate literally anything to it because they think it's the source of all the world's issues. And you have your more Antifa type of people who say they oppose fascism, but they don't truly understand fascism, and they seem to believe that fascism is everyone who disagrees with them. And I understand that that's not an original take and that people have been saying that for like 7 years, but it's really true, because instead of seeing it as a political ideology, they see it as more of a cancer which destroys everything that they see as good. And obviously everything that they see as good is obviously left-wing. So they say, not only are the fascists, the conservatives are fascists, the libertarians are fascists, the Christians are fascists, the Stalinists are fascists. Or sometimes you have some of the most brain-dead takes like the anarchists are fascists, which is something that I've heard a surprising amount from people who are more authoritarian socialists. But that is something they actually believe. They consider all opposition to be fascists, or to be a moderate version of fascism, because they believe that that is everything they disagree with is fascist, and their political ideology is revolving around being opposed to fascism, and they believe fascism to be evil, so everyone who disagrees with them are evil, and they're special and enlightened because they're better than everyone else who believes things are different from them. So I was red-pilled. I realized the truth of why this community is really retarded. But does that really fix anything? Does that make me some kind of enlightened centrist? Am I just someone who refuses to take a stance on political issues because I'm weak? Well, maybe I am, actually, but I don't like to think of myself like that. I still have positions that you could, ascribe to one side or the other. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to look biased. The thing is, I just try and not to demonize other people, to not make other people, especially those who disagree with me, seem intrinsically evil, right? I hate ideas. I don't hate people, I don't demonize people unless their actions are truly evil without, any justification. Unless they're that kind of person, I won't demonize them, I don't demonize capitalists. I don't demonize Nazis. I don't demonize Jews. I don't demonize trans people. I don't demonize politicians. I guess I'm kind of running out of things that people generally dislike, but I don't demonize any of these groups, right? It's because I don't like ideas, right? I don't like the ideas which fuel them. It's not that I hate them intrinsically or I think that they're intrinsically evil. I just don't like bad ideas, right? And I don't want to think that I am superior to them because I think my ideas are correct. Because we're all people, and sometimes we believe some things are just kind of retarded. And there are some things that I think are correct that you probably think are retarded too. And maybe I am wrong. I have no idea. I'm 16 years old. But the thing is, I don't want to demonize others, because it doesn't really bring us anywhere, and that really just gives us nothing but terrible debate. So really, I guess the message of this unscripted rant is to always see the people who disagree with you as people, just people who are wrong. Hate their ideas, and not them as individuals, right? Because unless they're like pedophiles or rapists, then really we're all just people, right? And even if you think things are wrong and bad and not good, you're still a person. You're just a person who is objectively incorrect and retarded. Yeah, that's my little take on the matter. That's my emo slur rant. I hope you take it extremely seriously, knowing the name of the